Hello, everybody. Schooner 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we have the 11-8 St. Louis Cardinals taking on the 7-11 Milwaukee Brewers. This is game one of a two-game series between the Cardinals and the Brewers, and let's take a look at the starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off, the right fielder, Skip Schumacher. Batting second, the left fielder, Chris Duncan. Batting third, the first baseman, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Rick Ankel. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Troy Gladys. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Adam Kennedy. Batting seventh, the catcher, Yadier Molina. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Adam Wainwright. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Cesar Izutris. On the mound for the Brewers, it is Carlos Villanova. He'll come into the game with a 4.15 ERA. He's got one win and one loss. He's pitched 21 and 0.2 of an inning, allowed 19 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We're here at Miller Park, which will give a +2 to strikeouts and a +1 to walks, nothing to home runs. And with that, Skip Schumacher steps up to the batter's box as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. And we're ready to start. Schumacher batting a .214, and here is the first pitch of the game. And it's a 6-1, column 6, row 1, strikeout on a 1-7. That is a 7. Struck him out. So one away, and let's take a look at the starting defense for the Milwaukee Brewers. Braun will be out there in left field. Gross will be in center. Hart at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Hall at third. Hardy's playing short. Weeks at second. Fielder is on first, Kendall behind the plate, and Villanova is on the mound. And with that, Chris Duncan, batting a .233, steps up, and the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1, that's going to be a hit by pitch. Villanova will give a -2, that's going to be a 0, the 15 is too high. 3-6, column 3, row 6, and that's going to be a ground ball to Hardy. And that puts 2 away. Albert Pujols batting a .438. And the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Now, that is a split. So on the batter's card, it's the same thing if it was on the pitcher card. We look to the left or the right-handed side depending if the pitcher is a left or a right-handed pitcher. Villanova is a right-handed pitcher, so on the batter's card, we look to the right-hand side of the slash, and it's a ground ball up the alley to Villanova. No error there. His error range is a 0. That's going to be a 2. It's too high. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. So the Brewers, making quick work of the Cardinals, retire them in order. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Milwaukee Brewers. Leading off, the second baseman, Ricky Weeks. Batting second, the shortstop, J.J. Hardy. Batting third, the left fielder, Ryan Braun. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Prince Fielder. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Corey Hart. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Bill Hall. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Gabe Gross. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Carlos Villanova. Batting ninth, the catcher, Jason Kendall. On the mound for the Cardinals, it is Adam Wainwright, who'll come into the game with a 2.25 ERA. 2 wins, no losses. He's pitched 20 innings, allowed 14 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 8 walks. Weeks batting a .139, and here is the pitch. 2, 3, column 2, row 3, strikeout. On a 1 to 13, that's going to be a 12. Struck him out. J.J. Hardy batting at 258. Well, as he steps up, let's take a look at the starting defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. Duncan's out there in left field. Ankle will be in center. Schumacher at right field, going around the horn. Gladys is on third. Izutris at short. Kennedy will be on second. Pujols at first. Milan behind the plate. And Rainwright is on the mound. J.J. Hardy batting at 258. 1 out, nobody on. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is going to be a blank. Hardy is a right-handed batter, so we look to the right-handed side of the slash on Rainwright. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be a fly ball back there to ankle. He sees it, runs over, makes the catch, and puts 2 away. Ryan Braun batting at 347, and the pitch. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's going to be a range play. So on a range play, we're going to check the first number. Whose range are we checking? It's going to be column 3, row 6. It's a fly ball to ankle. His range is a 1. And that is a 1. He'll make the catch. He makes the catch, and that retires the side as the Brewers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. Rick Ankle, Troy Gladys, Adam Kennedy due up for the Cardinals. Rick Ankle batting a 267, and here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 16, that is a 4. Struck him out. So remember, on a strikeout, we add 2 to that number to the range. Troy Gladys batting at 300. Here is the pitch. Gladys 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is going to be a walk. That is a 20. That's a 1. And that's going to be a walk. So that's the first walk allowed of this game by Carlos, as Troy Gladys will trot on down to first. Strategy rolls a 13. Infield playing now at double play depth as Adam Kennedy steps up. He's batting at 286. And the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That's going to be a strikeout. On a 1 to 9, that's going to be a 4. Struck him out. So that'll put 2 away, and Yadier Milan is up. He's batting a 250. Strategy roll is a 3. 2 outs. Runner on first, and when there's 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Yadier, pitch. Incoming pitch is a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. Home run on a 1 to 15. The 3, that's a 3. 15 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Gross. Gross sees it, makes the catch, and retires the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors, but 1 left off, and the Cardinals leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. Prince Fielder, Corey Hart, Bill Hall due up for the Brew Crew. Prince Fielder batting a 319. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a blank. Fielder 5-1, column 5, row 1. Fly ball back that ankle. He'll make the catch. And that'll be 1 away. Corey Hart batting a 178. 1-4, column 1, row 4. That's going to be a double star. Hart being a right-handed batter, so remember we look to the right-handed side of the slash. Now, on the batter card, when you roll a double star comes up, you'll take 1d6, roll it against the double star line, and in this case, it's an auto out to Duncan as Duncan sees it. makes the catch and puts 2 away. Bill Hall batting a 203, and here is the pitch. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That's going to be a range play. So whose range are we checking? 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's a fly ball back to the ankle. So ankle on his last range check, he's 1 for 8. In this case, it is a 1. That's going to be a 4. He can't get it this time. And with that, Bill Hall will get on with a base hit. So with that, ankle now goes to 1-9 for his range plays. He's 11%. Gabe Gross batting a 244. Strategy roll is a 16, and here is the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-15, that is a 2, and that's going to be good for a walk. So that's the first walk allowed by Adam Wainwright in this game. And with that, Carlos Villanueva will step up. He's batting a 250. Strategy roll is a 4. Infield at normal depth. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Remember, when there's 2 outs and you have base runners odd, you add a +1 to the base run rating. Carlos Villanueva, the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6, double question mark, double stone, a 1-16. That's going to be a 1. It's a ground ball down the third baseline to Gladys. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 2 left on for the Brew Crew. After 2, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the third. Adam Wainwright, Cesar Izuchis, and Skip Schumacher due up for the Cardinals. Adam Wainwright batting a 143. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-5, the 13 is too high. 6-3, column 6, row 3. Fly ball back to DeBron. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Cesar Izuchis batting a 333. Izuchis 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be a wild pitch as Izuchis will smack it into the stands. And here is the pitch. We're going to re-roll. He smacks it foul. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-6. The 16 is too high. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Ground ball back there to Hall. As Hall will make the catch and put 2 away, and we go to, and the order will flip over. We go to the top of the order. Skip Schumacher, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a walk on a 1-9. That is a 3, and that's going to be good for a walk. And that, with that, Chris Duncan comes up. Duncan 0 for 1, strategy roll 19, infield at normal depth. Villanueva not liking the first sign. He'll take the second one, and here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Possible error on a ground ball, column 3, row 6, off of the pitcher card. 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a pop up to Hardy. And Hardy will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, but 1 left on for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the third. Jason Kendall, Ricky Weeks, J.J. Hardy due up for the Brew Crew. Jason Kendall batting a 302. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-6. That is a 6, and struck him out. That strikeout was ludicrous speed. As it goes 1, 2, 3, have a seat. And we'll go to the top of the order for the Brew Crew. WikiLeaks 0 for 1 struck out his last time up at bat. And that's going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3, range play at the ballpark. So, RP with the @ symbol. Anytime the @ symbol comes up, you're going to resolve the play on the ballpark card. In this case, we'll resolve the play on the ballpark card, but it's also a range play. So that's Miller Park's card. Every ballpark has their own card. 5-1, column 5, row 1, ground ball up the first baseline to Pujols. His range is on a 1 to 5. And that is a 5. He'll get it, throw it over to Wainwright. He'll tag the bag and puts 2 away, and that's going to bring up J.J. Hardy. Hardy is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 6-6. Column 6, row 6, that's going to be a home run on a 1 to 10. That is a 1, and that ball is out of here. Solo home run for J.J. Hardy. Fly ball down the third baseline. Duncan goes back to the wall. And it's into the upper decks. Solo home run for J.J. Hardy. Puts the Brewers on the board 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. And he's on his way back to the dugout. He's getting high-fived from his teammates. And that puts the Brewers on the board. Ryan Braun 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Possible error on a throw. This is a possible throwing error. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That's going to be a double star 3. That's a ground ball to Kennedy. Kennedy's error range. Now, error range is the number in the brackets. That is a 1 to 9. That's going to be a 14. No error there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, one run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 3, Brewers 1, Cardinals 0. We go to the top of the 4th. Albert Pujols, Rick Ankel, and Troy Gladys due up for the Cardinals. Albert Pujols 0 for 1. And here's the pitch. 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That is a home run on a 1 to 20. That's going to be a 13. And that ball is out of here. And he hits it in the exact same spot. And the Brewers tie it up as that ball's going deep. Braun to the wall. Runs into it. Tries to go for a leaping catch, and he can't do it. And the Cardinals come back to tie the game up on a solo home run by Albert Pujols. This game is tied at 1 for Pujols. That is his 11th home run of the replay. We now have a tie game. Rick Ankel, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Miller Park. 6-3, column 6, row 3, double star 2. It's a ground ball to Hardy. He'll make the catch. Hardy catches it, throws it over the fielder for the out, 1 away. Troy Gladys Walked his last time up, and here's the pitch. Two 6, column 2, row 6. That's going to be a walk on a 1-20. The 13 in range. And that'll be a walk. Strategy roll is an 11. Infield at double play depth. Runner on first. Adam Kennedy, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 5-5, column 5, row 5, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Miller Park, and here is the play. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a single +9 to Hart. Now, first, we got to check the range. That is a 1-3. That is a 3. Hart will make the catch. So we don't have to resolve the S +9. That is 2 away, as that was in his range. Let's take a look at how Hart's doing on his range plays. He's 3 for 7. About 43% according to the stats. Yadier Milan is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 10. And here is the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That is a hit by pitch. That's going to be a 0. Villanueva will give a -2. Can't go lower than 0. The 19 is going to be too high, so we'll ignore the hit by pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's going to be a fly ball once again to Hart. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. French fielder Corey Hart and Bill Hall due up 4, 5, and 6 for the Brewers. Here is the pitch to French fielder. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's going to be a strikeout on a 1-12. That is an 11. Struck him out. Corey Hart, 0 for 1, and the pitch. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-11. The 19 is too high. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Double star 6. And that's going to be a fly ball back to the ankle. We'll make the catch. And put 2 away. Bill Hall, 1 for 1, and the pitch. 2 up, 2 down, just like that. 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-17. The 20 is too high. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Fly ball back there to Duncan, as Duncan will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. It's a 1-2-3 inning as the Cardinals retire the Brewers in order. After 4, we're tied at 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Adam Wainwright, Cesar Azuchis, Skip Schumacher due up for the Cardinals. Adam Wainwright is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 5-6, that is a blank. Now, we consider that a blank right now because Carlos has not faced his allowed number of batters. Carlos can face 3 more batters before he's considered tired. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Ground ball to Weeks. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Cesar Azuchis, 0 for 1, and the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Once again, that is a blank. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Fly ball back there to Hart. He'll make the catch. And that'll be 2 away. Top of the order, Skip Schumacher, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. Schumacher being a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we'll look to the left-handed side of the slash. 1-2-4, column 2, row 4. However, that is going to be a base hit to right field. And Schumacher is on with a base hit. And with that, runner on first, taking a look, Carlos Villanueva is tired. Bullpen for the Brew Crew warming up. Chris Duncan 0 for 2. Strategy roll 17, infield at normal depth, 2 outs and a runner on first. 3-2, column 3, row 2. Home run on a 1-8. The 10 is too high. 2-4, column 2, row 4. That's going to be a fly ball back there to Gross. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 2 left on, and 1 left on for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Gabe Gross, Carlos Villanueva, Jason Kendall due up for the Brew Crew. Gabe Gross walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4, possible error. 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a ground ball to Pujols. Error rating for Pujols is a 0. That's going to be a 20. There is no error there. And that'll be out number 1. Carlos Villanueva, they're going to let Villanueva take the hit. No, they are not. So Villanueva will get replaced by Russell Brannon. He'll come in to pinch hit. Comes into this game with a 333 average. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-17. That's going to be a 15. It's in range. Struck him out. Jason Kendall 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. The strikeout 6-5, column 6, row 5. Possible error on a ground ball. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Fly ball back there to Skip. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So with that, the Brewers are going to the bullpen as we go to the top of the 6th. And with that, we're going to bring in Seth. That is his card. So Seth McClung will come in. McClung comes in the game with a 3.70 ERA. He's got 1 win and 1 loss. He's pitched 7 1/3 of an inning, allowed 8 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Carlos, he went 5 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.71. Albert Pujols, Rick Ankel, and Troy Gladys due up for the Cardinals. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, we're still tied at 1. Go to the top of the 6th. Pujols, 1 for 2 today with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And that'll be a 4-5. Column 4, row 5. Possible error on a ground ball. 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That's a line drive to Weeks. He'll make the catch. And that'll be 1 away. Rick Ankel, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Possible error. 4-4, column 4, row 4. And that is going to be a single to Fielder. Error range is on a 1-9, the 14 too high. No error there. So 1 out and a runner on first. And that is going to bring up Troy Gladys. Gladys walked his last 2 times up. Strategy roll is a 1. Are they going to send him for the steal? No. They are not. Kendall will give a -2 to that. That's going to be a +1. So it's technically going to be a -1, and that would be a 12 on the roll for this deal. They're not going to send him. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 20 is too high. 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a pop-up to Hall. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Adam Kennedy, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll 16, and here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Home run chance on a 1 to 18. The 13 in range. We need a 2 or less. 16 too high, 5-6. Column 5, row 6, double star 3. Ground ball to Weeks, he'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ricky Weeks, J.J. Hardy, and Ryan Braun due up for the Brewers. Weeks, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1. Strikeout on a 1 to 13. That's a 2. Struck him out. J.J. Hardy, 1 for 2 today with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And that would have been that's JJ's 4th home run of the replay, by the way. 6-2, column 6, row 2. Strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 13 is too high. 4-5, column 4, row 5. Ground ball to Gladys. Will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Ryan Braun, 0 for 2, and the pitch. 2 up, 2 down, Braun. 5-3, column 5, row 3. At the ballpark, we're going to go to Miller Park. 6-2, column 6, row 2. It's a fly ball back there to ankle. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors after 6. We're still tied at 1. We go to the top of the 7th. Yadier Molina, Adam Wainwright, and Cesar Zutris due up for the Cardinals. Yadier Molina is 0 for 2. And here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. Strikeout on a 1 to 6. That's going to be a 5. Struck him out. Adam Wainwright, they're going to let him take the hit. Column 6, row 3, that's a strikeout. On a 1 to 21, that's a 12. Struck him out. And that'll bring up Cesar Zutris. 2 quick strikeouts. Zutris, 6-4, column 6, row 4, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Miller Field. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is an S+9. It's a single to Hart. And with that, that is a single, but does he change it into a double? Or does he stretch it into a double, I should say. We'll roll 1d6 against that 4. And with that, it's a 2. That's going to be a 4. If the roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, the batter is safe with a double. So Zutris will take the single, make it into a double. And with that, Skip Schumacher is 1 for 2 today with a walk and a strikeout. Strategy roll 15, and here is the pitch. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 9, that's going to be a 9, and that'll be good for a walk. Chris Duncan, 0 for 3, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll 13. 1-3, column 1, row 3. Possible error on a throw. 1-4, column 1, row 4. Power hit to Hart. That is a 10. That's going to be good for a double on an 8-13. Error range for Hart is on a 1-3. That's a 3. It's a throwing error. Only applicable throwing for runner advancement, and we are. It's a one-base error. 2 runs will score. Duncan will go to third. And it's 3-1 Cardinals. And that is a throwing error by Hart. That is his first error of the replay. Albert Pujols, 1 for 3 today with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 5, by the way. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Home run chance at a 1-10. That is an 8. 16 home run ranges on a 1-20. That's a 16. That is a 2-run home run by Albert Pujols. As he hits it down the right field side, Hart goes for it, can't get it, it's in the stands, and it is now 5-1 Cardinals. That is Pujols' second home run of the replay, that of the game. It says 11th of the replay. Rick Ankle due up. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Possible error. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Ground ball to fielder. He'll make the catch. Error range for fielders on a 1-9. That's going to be a 10. No error there. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number. That will retire the side. As we sing, take me out to the ball game. 4 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Prince fielder, Corey Hart, and Bill Hull due up for the Brew Crew. So let's take a look at the box score of this game after 6.5 have been played here at Miller Park. Cardinals scored a run in the 4th. 4 runs right now in the 7th, in the top half of the inning. Gives them 5 runs and 6 hits and no errors. The Brewers scored the only run in the 3rd inning. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. The crowd is starting to dissipate here. People are starting to leave here at Miller Park. Prince fielder is 0 for 2. Adam Wainwright can face 6 more batters. They are going to leave him in for at least 1 more inning. Fielder struck out his last time up. Brewers down by 4, but not out of it yet. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-13, that is a 10. And that is going to be a walk, and fielder will trot on down to first, and that's going to bring up Corey Hart. Hart 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a walk. On a 1-6, the 15 is too high. 4-6, column 4, row 6. Ground ball to Gladys. And that will be a +1. So we are going to check for double play. That's going to be a +1. That's going to be a 0. So it is a 1. Ground double play rating is a 3. We take 1d6, roll it against the 3. The pivot is going to be second base. So with that, if the roll is less than or equal to the double play rating, it is a double play. That is a 3. That's going to be a 3. It is a 5-4-3 double play across the horn. And with that, Bill Hall, 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a double star. Ground ball to Gladys. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 7, Cardinals 5, Brewers 1. We go to the top of the 8th. Troy Gladys, Adam Wainwright, and Yadier Milan due up for the Cardinals. And with that, Seth is done. So we do have a new pitcher on the mound. And they're going to bring in Eric. That is his card. Eric will come in. No ERA just yet. He's got 1 save. He's pitched 6 2/3 of an inning, allowing 4 hits. 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Seth. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 2.91. Troy Gladys is 0 for 1 today with 2 walks. And here is the pitch. Top of the 8th. 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Fly ball back there to Gross. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away, and Adam Kennedy is up. He's 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. And the pitch. 4-4, column 4, row 4. Strikeout plus. Now, on a strikeout plus, we add 10 to that range, plus the 2 from the range of the ballpark. So we add 12. That is a 19. That is an 18. Struck him out looking. And that'll be 2 away, and that'll bring up Yadier. Yadier Milan is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Are they going to let him take the hit? They are. The pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a walk plus. So in a walk plus, it's the same thing as a strikeout plus. But we add 10. We add 1. So we're adding 11 to that range. That is a 17. And that's going to be good for a walk. Adam Wainwright is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. They're not letting Wainwright take the hit here. Wainwright will be replaced by Ryan Ludwig. They're going to bring Ludwig in to pinch hit. Ludwig batting a 302. Ran on first with 2 outs. 1-3. Column 1, row 3. At the ballpark. We're going to go to Miller Park. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. It's a double to Broad. So with that, Milan will go to third. Ludwig goes to second. Milan gets the stop sign from first to home on a double. It's a -1. So we roll. That's a 2. It is high. He'll hold. And with that, Cesar Zoutris is 0 for 2 today with 1 for 3 today with a double and a run. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5. Column 4, 4-3. Sorry, column 4, row 3. It's a wild pitch. On a 1-2, it's a passed ball. It's a 16, nothing due. And that is going to be a 2-4, 2-6. Column 2, row 6, and that's going to be a pump up to Weeks. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on for the Brewers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Gabe Gross, Eric Grange, Jason Kendall due up for the Brew Crew. St. Louis down by 4, but they're not out of it. I mean, the Brewers are down by 4. And with that, we have a left, right, right. And they're going to bring in Kyle. Actually, they're going to bring in Russ Springer. That is his card. Russ comes into the game with a 2.09. He's got 1 win and no loss. He's pitched 4 1/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Adam Wainwright, he went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 2.0. Gabe Gross, 0 for 1 today with a walk, and here is the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1. Home run chance on a 1-10. That is a 4. It needs to be an 11 or less. That is a 5. That ball is out of here. Solo home run for Gabe Gross. And with that Gross solo home run down the right field side, he's over, and a 5-2 Cardinals. So Eric will not take the hit here. They're going to bring in Craig Counsell. Counsell will come in to take the hit. He's batting a 167. 4-5, column 4, row 5, range play at Miller Park. We're going to go to the ballpark card. 3-3, column 3, row 3, double star 5. That's a fly ball to Skip. Schumacher's Rangers on a 1-3. That is a 6. That's going to be good for a single. And Counsell is on with a base hit. And they're going to bring in Escobar to pitch run. Jason Kendall, 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Russell Springer can face one more batter. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a double question mark, double star on a 1-15. The 18 is too high. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Line drive down the third baseline to Gladys. He'll get it 1 out, and it's not a double play. So on a 1, it's to first. 2 would be the second base. On a 3, it's at third. So 1 away, top of the order. Ricky Weeks is up. Weeks, 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. Walk plus on a 1-25. That is a 6. And then put runners on first and second. Tying run now comes to the plate. J.J. Hardy is 0 for 3 with a home run, a walk, a run, I'm sorry, with a home run, a run, and an RBI. And the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's going to be a walk plus. On a 1-19, that's going to be a 1, and that'll load the bases. So with the bases loaded and 1 out, and they're going to go back out there and bring Russ back in. Actually, the bullpen warming up. They're going to give him 1 more. Ryan Braun is 0 for 3. And the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1-23. That is a 9. Struck him out. 2 away, and Prince Fielder is up. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk and a strikeout. And the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. Possible error on a throw. 6-3, column 6, row 3, double star 2. That's a fly ball to ankle. Ankle's error range is a 0. That's going to be a 7, and that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. And the Cardinals leave them loaded after 8. St. Louis 5, Milwaukee 2. We go to the top of the 9th. Skip Schumacher, Chris Duncan, and Albert Pujols due up, and they're going to bring in Mitch Slater, I believe. Yep, Slater will come in. So he does have a special K. We'll talk about that in just a second. Slater will come into the game with a .97 ERA. He's got 1 win and no losses. He's pitched 9 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 20 strikeouts, and 5 walks. Schumacher, top of the order. He's 1 for 2 today. Let's take a look at the stats here for Eric. Eric went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, no ERA. And before we begin, let's take a look at the box score here after 8. St. Louis scored a run in the 4th, 4 runs in the 7th, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. The Brewers scored a run in the 3rd, a run in the 8th, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. But remember, an inside pitch, no lead is safe. But will we see some 9th inning magic from the Brewers? We'll find out. Gabe Gross is the only one coming out. They are going to replace the center fielder with Mike Cameron will come in to take over at center field. No double switch there. Schumacher, top of the order. And here is the pitch. So 4-4, column 4, row 4. That's going to be a strikeout on a 1-20. That's a 16. Struck him out. Chris Duncan, 1 for 4 today with a double, a run, 2 RBIs, and here is the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Miller Field. So first of all, before we resolve the 3-3, we're going to resolve to see if the special K goes off. It's a special K on a 1-12. That is a 2. Struck him out. And that is 2 away, and that's going to bring up Albert Pujols. 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, 2 runs, 3 RBIs. It's been a 3 RBI day for Pujols. 1-2, column 1, row 2, double question mark, double star on a 1-13. The 17 is too high. That is a 9 on a 1-9. It's a strikeout. Struck him out. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Cardinals go down in order. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Corey Hart, Bill Hall, Mike Cameron due up for the Brewers. And with that, St. Louis going back to their bullpen. It is a 3-run game. And Chris Perez is going to come in for today's save. Try to get the save here. Comes in the game with a 5.09 ERA. He's got 1 win and no loss. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Russ. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.39. Corey Hart, 0 for 3 today. Are they going to let Hart take the hit? They are. One 6, column 1, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 9. Struck him out. Bill Hall, 1 for 3 today. They are going to let Hall take the hit. Hall, 1-5, column 1, row 5. Strikeout plus on a 1-27. That is a 7. Struck him out looking. And Mike Cameron. Oh, Cameron taking the. Is Cameron going to take the hit here? He is. Here is the pitch. Brewers trying to keep the inning alive here. 4-5. Column 4, row 5. That is a blank. 2-6. Column 2, row 6. It is a ground ball down the third baseline to Gladys. He'll make the catch. And that is the ball game as the St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Milwaukee Brewers 5-2. Final line score coming right up. So the Cardinals defeat the Brewers 5-2. Final line score: 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. Brewers 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Adam Wainwright will pick up his 3rd win of the season. Seth McClung will pick up his 2nd loss of the season. And Chris Perez will pick up his 1st save of the replay. Albert Pujols hits 2 home runs in this game. He goes to 11 total so far in the replay. J.J. Hardy hits 1 home run as well. He'll go to 4. And Gabe Gross will hit a home run. He'll go to 2. So both of the runs for the Brewers were home runs. Let's take a look at the stats here of our pitchers. Adam Wainwright, who picks up the win. He went 7 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 2.0. Seth picks up the loss. He went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 2.91. Mitch Slater, the last pitcher up for the Brewers, he went 1 inning, 3 strikeouts, .087 ERA. Chris Perez gets the save for the Cardinals. He went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, and ERA of a 4.28. So with that, the Cardinals will improve to 8-12 and the Brewers will drop to 7-12. That's going to do it for us here at Miller Park. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scooney007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.